Good morning. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I am here at 1801 Redcliff Street in the Silver Lake area, and I'm preparing to perform a video examination of the main sewer line for Wayne Kamimoto. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I'm going to be performing the examination today from this cleanout that we found just inside the left side sub-area access. See here we've got a little door that allows us access in underneath the house, just back of our left side front fence here. And you look inside, you'll see these pipes. And we see a lot of new plastic piping here on the drains under the house, and then as we drop down into the ground, connecting into a short section of original cast iron that actually passes through the front foundation wall or under the front foundation wall out into the planter area where they've put another piece of plastic pipe. We'll take a quick look at that as we get started, and then we'll continue along. Now, these cast iron pipes typically, they were expected to last somewhere in the 70 to 80 year range. And you can see that the drains under the house were replaced for a reason. And what's happened here is the plumber either just decided that it was too much work, or it's speculation as to why, but they left this short section of the original cast iron pipe here passing under the foundation wall. This is a weak link. It's kind of like having a bald tire in your car. It's only a matter of time before this section fails. It should have ideally been upgraded along with the rest of the system. So I would suggest getting the plumber out here to finish this upgrade. See here, then we'll push a couple feet out, and we have another short section of plastic piping here, and then you can make out a opening at the top of the pipe just forward of us. Kind of hard to see from this far back, but that would be a clean out then out in the front plant area that's been covered. Certainly don't need that today with this access we have today. Certainly is suitable. And then coming up on the original clay piping now, going to run through the front yard down to the sidewalk or down to the street. This is a original 4-inch clay pipe. A little sloppy here where they made the connection. They actually cut the clay pipe to connect the plastic to it. It's a little bit jagged. It's not a very smooth cut. You get a chance for debris to build up here, things like that. Alright, so as soon as we get into the clay pipe, we're starting to see root intrusions. These here do look like they are isolated at a joint area, but kind of hard to see what's happening at that joint. Root intrusions commonly will come in at those joints, but if they're left unmaintained for extended periods, they can create blockages, and they can also damage those joint areas or the pipe in those areas. So, pretty easy to see here that these roots limit our visibility pretty significantly. Coming up ahead of us, if you look at the very top of the screen there, you can see there's an actual hole in the top of the pipe, some roots and soil starting to come through that. It was not uncommon that these pieces of pipe would come shipped to the house. There'd be a hole in them, and go ahead and use them, put that hole towards the top of the pipe, and then wrap that pipe with a metal wrapping to seal it up. Eventually that rots away. It's no longer an acceptable practice, so it's just one of those things that will need to get fixed at some point. You can see that cracking and has continued along down the bottom of the pipe here. So at a minimum, we're talking about a point repair here. Now, before I make final repair recommendations, I do want to have a bit better of a view. You get up to this next section, again you're seeing some cracking or breaking along the bottom of the pipe beyond the joint. Significant roots coming through in that area past the joint. So this is not really common roots of the joint. This is a broken section of pipe that the roots are coming through. those roots are going to continue to aggravate that cracking and eventually, cause a more significant break. So again, another section here that's recommended for repair, not too far from the other one, so far we're talking about a short replacement. More cracking in that joint. As we come towards the front of the yard here and start dropping down a little bit steeper, we're seeing more significant roots starting to occur now. Jump over the top of these, and then we get down into this one. Pretty significant roots here, obviously hiding much of the pipe, not letting us see too well. And then here we are leveling off down near the sidewalk or the curb face, and we're changing pipe materials again to a 6-inch concrete pipe. So we changed to concrete, and we also increased in diameter, and this is going to continue us out to the public sewer near the middle of the street. Now, the concrete pipes do exhibit similar conditions to the clay piping, mostly because they're designed essentially the same way. They connect the same way, and so root intrusions at the joints are pretty common. As with the clay piping, we're saying roots should be maintained. If left unmaintained, they can create blockages or damage pipes. Now, the thing with the concrete piping is a little bit different than the clay, is that the City of LA is requiring rehabilitation of these concrete lateral pipes under the street in the event of building-related permit construction. So certain types of work done on the property might trigger that and require that this concrete lateral pipe be rehabilitated. Now, our purpose today is really just to see how it's functioning. What I'm seeing, for the most part, is common deterioration, minor wear and tear, common roots at the joint areas of the concrete. No obvious damage. That wouldn't really matter in the event of the city requiring it for rehabilitation. So, all right, right here we're looking down into our public sewer, about 57 feet from where we dropped into the pipe under the house. At this point, we have found some damage. A little difficult to provide final repair recommendations simply because there's areas we can't see too well. If that more significant area of root intrusions down around 27 feet were found to be broken, I'd probably lean more towards just going ahead and replacing the pipe from the front of the house down to the sidewalk where it connects up to that 6-inch pipe. Probably being the most cost-effective thing in the long run. Certainly not a bad idea to go ahead and consider that, but if you want to get a more accurate examination of those areas, I would suggest performing a good thorough cleaning of the line and then a follow-up examination. What I will do for now is I'll get an idea of the depth of that pipe in those areas that I did see the cracks or breaks, so I can kind of get an idea of what a full replacement of that 4-inch pipe would be, and then also a minimum of what a couple of point repairs would be. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video portion of the examination for today. Please do refer to my written report for a description of today's final findings and recommendations, including the cleaning and follow-up examination and all that. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.